Well, first up, let's begin with the pictures that just came in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has now embarked on his two-day visit to Israel, beginning today to shore up bilateral defense and trade cooperation between the two countries. Prime Minister's engagements will now include his address to the Israel's parliament. This is going to be a first. There are also wide-ranging talks with his Israeli counterpart, which is Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and a meeting with the President Isaac Herzog. Now, this marks the Prime Minister's second visit to Israel. 9 years after 2017 was the first visit that was marked by an Indian Prime Minister to a Jewish state. Now, India-Israel strategic ties, that what we are looking at and what's on the agenda, what's on the table, and multiple issues and sectors that are likely to be touched upon, including science and technology cooperation, defense and security partnership, trade and economy push, people-to-people exchanges are set to be on the table. Let's quickly get those highlights from Shinjo as well, because geopolitically the world situation is rapidly changing, especially in the Middle East, where Israel also seems to be a party and waiting as to what action may the US take against Iran, because the State of the Union address is still continuing on part of President Trump, Shinjo. But this seems to be coming at a time when there are hostilities, there are tensions, but there is also this visit of the Prime Minister.
Yes, this is an opportunity in the sense that the trouble with the Hamas is largely over, as also with the Hezbollah. The Iran-America troubles have not begun, at least till now, and there is this little window. Apart from that, Prime Minister Netanyahu has spoken about the hexagon cooperation, which basically means 6 countries: India, Israel, Greece, Cyprus, an Arab country and a North African country getting together to work together. Now, if that happens, quite naturally, it will be a big boost. We'll have to see how far that goes. But apart from that, India and Israel have worked together on defense issues. A lot of Indian weaponry with the Indian armed forces is Israeli, either Israeli purchased from Israel or developed together. The Barak missile that the Navy has is one example. It is a very successful missile, and this is something the Indians are happy with. Now, in this age of Atmanirbharata, it's very hard to see buying large quantities of weapons. But surely India and Israel can cooperate. They can work together technologically and then make in India, so that these weapons go to Indian armed forces and also other countries in the world, including Israel, of course. So these are opportunities. Besides that, there are these technology issues. Desalination is one issue that India may be interested in. Israel's technological prowess in some areas is very good. Agriculture is another issue. The Israelis often say that when you water, we use water, you water the plant.
Israeli ministers are point of view that we are on our way to a breakthrough that actually creates great opportunities between the countries that will serve as a powerful growth engine for the economies of both India and of Israel. But Times Now has been reporting from Israel, and the Prime Minister has just departed. He is expected to land in the evening as far as Indian Standard Time is concerned. But Times Now is already there in Israel getting you those ground reports, anticipating as far as Prime Minister's visit is concerned. Take a look.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is coming to Israel tomorrow, and he will be addressing the Knesset, which is the parliament of Israel. And we are reporting right now exclusively from outside the Israeli parliament, Knesset. And we can see that how exactly it has been lit up in tricolor. Now, India-Israel relationship, friendship date back from past many years, and Israel has been India's trusted partner. Be it defense sector, be it technology sector, or the economic sector, India and Israel always have maintained close relations. Now look at these visuals from the street which leads to the Parliament of Israel. The flags of Israel and India are here on display, which clearly shows the nature of friendship of India and Israel. Now, Times Now has reached Jerusalem on the ground. Tomorrow is the day when Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be coming to Jerusalem. He will be holding various meetings with and the delegation level talks with Prime Minister of Israel Benjamin Netanyahu, and various MOUs regarding defense sector, agriculture, economic sector are on the cards. So Times Now will keep you ahead on every single story, every single development from Israel regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, because this is a very important visit and it comes at a time when geopolitical tensions are at high in the region. So everything, whatever comes out of this particular meeting would be very important, and every development you will see on Times Now.
Well, absolutely. You will be watching the comprehensive coverage only on Times Now as it is reporting from Israel. And just before departure, we are looking at the Prime Minister's statement that he has just put out on the social media handle, where he says that I will be undertaking a state visit to Israel today and tomorrow. Our nations share a robust and multifaceted strategic partnership. Ties have significantly strengthened in the last few years, and I'll be holding talks with Prime Minister Netanyahu in which we will discuss ways to strengthen cooperation across diverse fields. I will also be meeting President Isaac Herzog, who is the President of Israel. And this evening, I'll be addressing the Israeli parliament, and this is a tribute to the strong parliamentary and democratic ties that connect us. I would also interact with the Indian diaspora, who have made a big contribution to strengthening India-Israel friendship. Now, it is important to note that Prime Minister's visit comes amid the ongoing tensions in the Middle East, including deteriorating ties between the US and Iran. Now, this visit becomes all the more important because it will reaffirm the deep and the long-standing strategic partnership between the two countries and will present an opportunity to review the common challenges. Well, it will also help realign efforts towards achieving their shared vision for a robust partnership between the two resilient democracies.
Well, we are thrilled to have Prime Minister Narendra Modi after 9 years in Israel. He is very loved in Israel. He has a very special relationship with Prime Minister Netanyahu. And we have we accumulated a number of agreements that we're going to sign during this visit. First and foremost, in the security field, we want to expand and enhance security, the defense industrial cooperation. In addition to that, we have just passed a resolution yesterday in our government allocating tens of millions of dollars to enhance cooperation in academic cooperation, in innovation, in agriculture.
Well, as far as the deep and long-standing ties, Shinjo is concerned between India and Israel, it is going to be a first as far as the Prime Minister will also be addressing Israel's parliament. Wide-ranging talks that is also expected with his counterpart and also with the meeting of the President of Israel, enhancing overall defense and security cooperation.
Yes, he's speaking at the Knesset, which is an honor, of course. He and Prime Minister Netanyahu are very good friends, and it's important that this meeting takes place. At least there is a window now, because Israel's troubles with the Hamas and the Hezbollah are largely over. The Americans and the Iranians are still talking about their nuclear issue. So there is a break in the fighting in the area, and this is a window that the Prime Minister has taken. This apart, Prime Minister Netanyahu has spoken of this hexagon alliance, which basically is 6 countries: India, Israel, Greece, Cyprus, an Arab country and a North African country getting together. There is talk of further defense cooperation. India uses a lot of Israeli weapons, but in this era of Atmanirbharata, it's hard to see India buying more weapons. In any case, there are no defense deals that happen when a prime minister goes, usually. So while that will not happen, but there will be talk about cooperation, working together, closely working in terms of developing weapons and also manufacturing them in India. That is possible. Water is a big issue. Desalination is an issue. All these things, agriculture, technology, all these things will be on the table when Prime Minister Netanyahu and Prime Minister Modi meet.
Absolutely, because both of the leaders have now reaffirmed their joint resolve when it comes to combating terrorism, strengthening security cooperation. Officials from both countries who have also met in New Delhi to review evolving threats and expanding bilateral counter-terror efforts is concerned. So let's, in the meantime, take a look exactly when it comes to the Israel-India joint statement on terrorism in particular is concerned, and delegations led by Indian and Israeli officials say that both sides have strongly condemned terrorism in all its forms. So there is zero tolerance. That has now been reaffirmed, especially when it comes to cross-border terrorism. Now, Israel has previously condemned the Pahalgam terror attack. There has been a lot of emphasis that has also been put on coordinated counter-terror efforts as well. And the focus this time is also going to be on terror groups, their proxies and their financiers. So the plan is to also deepen when it comes to counterintelligence cooperation, and when it comes to the next joint working group that is going to be held in Israel. But over this visit, the Prime Minister has just began his visit to Israel. Politics has already started, and this is now coming in from the left side, because left has been a vocal critic of Israel, and the CPIM seems to be launching a sharp attack on the Prime Minister, calling his visit as a departure from India's long-standing support for the Palestinian self-determination. Now, this seems to be a statement released by Mr. M.A. Baby, who is the CPIM General Secretary, where he has described the visit as a betrayal of India's anti-colonial legacy and has termed the proposed security cooperation as an unholy alliance, alleging that it will leave an indelible blot on Asians' conscience. However, as far as when it comes to this very visit is now concerned, India's stand on Palestine has remained rooted. It has been a long-standing and principled support for the Palestinian cause, advocating for a two-negotiated state solution that leads to a sovereign, independent and viable Palestine living alongside Israel, because India supports the UN membership and has provided over $160 million when it comes to development aid, alongside humanitarian support also to Gaza. So, however, this development is now coming at a time when the Prime Minister has just begun his two-day visit to Israel, and in his departure statement as well, the Prime Minister has highlighted as he is looking forward when it comes to strengthening bilateral defense trade ties against the backdrop of the ongoing tensions that continue in the Middle East. So over this issue, there are other opposition leaders as well. Let's put out what Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has said on this opinion, because again, when it comes to the Palestine issue, she has raised it previously as well. And now she seems to be singing the Gaza raga. Now, Priyanka has now invoked Gaza amid the Prime Minister's visit, where she has mentioned the killings of the innocents and that appeal that she believes that the Prime Minister will raise in his talks with the Israeli counterpart. And here is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. So the opposition here seems to be on the similar lines as far as the Palestine cause is now concerned. And they say, this is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra saying that I hope that the Honorable Prime Minister mentions the genocide of thousands of innocent men, women and children in Gaza while addressing the Israeli parliament on his upcoming trip to Israel, and demand justice for them. India has stood for what is right throughout our history as an independent nation, and we must continue to show the light of truth, peace and justice for the world. So as I said, as far as when it comes to this unholy alliance, that is what the left has been saying, but it has been put out very clearly, Nyamika, good morning, as far as when it comes to today's visit of the Prime Minister is concerned. India's stand on Palestine is a long-standing and a principled support to the cause that India has always stood for.
Well, yes, indeed. We have seen that from the very beginning of this tour of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Israel, the politics has already started. It is the opposition parties who have started questioning the Prime Minister's visit to Israel, as the latest one is coming in on the part of the Congress Party's General Secretary and the Member of Parliament, Ms. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who has, asked Prime Minister Narendra Modi to also mention about the genocide which had taken place in Gaza of many of men, women as well as children. She has also mentioned that how India in the history as well had always stood for what is right as an independent nation, and she has also mentioned that how India has always continued to show light of peace and justice. So for that reason, she is basically demanding that it is very much necessary that Prime Minister Narendra Modi should rake up this entire matter of the killings of thousands of men which had taken place in Gaza. This is not the very first time when Priyanka Gandhi Vadra had raised this issue. Earlier also we have seen that during the parliament session also she had raised the matter which is related to Palestine. She has also questioned the government's stand on Gaza as well. Even if you remember, then she was also carrying a
Prime Minister Narendra Modi had also congratulated Prime Minister Netanyahu on the Gaza peace plan's progress. The matter when it was taken up, when the ceasefire was announced, he welcomed the hostage release and the increased humanitarian aid as well. And the Prime Minister had, in the meantime, had also talked about when it comes to the historic deal which Hamas had accepted, and the agreement that included prisoner exchange and an end to the Gaza war, with hostages expected to be released. And that has happened as far as on the front of Hamas as well, with the last Israeli prisoner having been released. But this has been India's continuous stand that we are looking at as far as the Gaza peace plan is concerned. Right from the beginning, Nyamika, India has welcomed this support as far as the Gaza peace plan's progress is concerned.
Well, yes, indeed, we have seen that how the government has already maintained its stand if something related to the peace in Gaza, the way in which the government has already made it very clear. But on the other side, the politics is also continuing from a very long time. It was Priyanka Gandhi Vadra who has been continuously raising this concern, attacking the government of India. And this time as well, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a tour to Israel, the first reaction from the Congress party is from Priyanka Gandhi Vadra herself, as she is basically questioning that whether Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also going to raise a concern regarding the genocide.
Before the visit that has officially begun, such have been the reactions that have been coming in from the opposition side. Thank you very much for the moment, Nyamika, for joining in. We'll get you more details and, of course, expert point of views that are also coming up on the other side when we talk about what's on the agenda between India